So we've been in our house for almost 1 year, and our house is filled with red dots.
Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Vincent.
We're so glad to be back with you. We've taken another little break, if you might have noticed that, but we're back and we're here to talk about what it's like to have been in our wonderful home for almost 1 year. So this is all about the 11-month mark where you're close to 1 year being in your home, and there's some things you want to make sure that you take care of before you reach that 1 year period. So first, we want to share that so far living in our home for almost a year now, it's been great. We've had nothing but an amazing experience. We just love waking up in our home every day as we've gotten our furniture in, we've gotten our decor going, we've gotten ready for fall a little bit. So we've just really started to make this house a home over the last few months here. We've had some family visit and it's just starting to really feel like, okay, we actually live here. We're settling in and everything has been great so far. And all of the teams that we've worked with from DR Horton have been great, responsive, and we're going to get into that a little bit today when we talk about the 11-month inspection.
So you may have seen some of our previous videos where we have encouraged you all to get inspections, get the pre-drywall inspection, get the final inspection. No matter what the sales agent tells you, no matter what your realtor tells you, always get an inspection. For most people, buying a house is one of the largest investments that you'll ever make. And so you want to do all that you can to make sure that the investment you're making is a good one and that everything that's supposed to be done with it and put inside of it is done correctly. And so that's why we always encourage an inspection, which is why as we are coming up to the end of our first year, so the end of the first year warranty period, it was very important for us to get an 11th month inspection. And so this is just an opportunity for us to call an inspector out after living in it for a year. He asked us if there are any things that we've noticed that are problematic, but then he went around and basically did a whole nother final inspection. So the similar inspection he did when we closed on the house, he did another one of those after we had been living in the house for 1 year. The reason why this is important is because on our closing day, the date that we closed on this house, DR Horton is no longer responsible for the majority of the fixing of things inside of this house, right? And so it's important that we got a professional to come in, look at the house, see if there was anything that needed to be fixed before that warranty period ended.
Right, yeah, and you want to make sure that you schedule your private inspection at the right time. Like Vincent was just mentioning, your cosmetic things like your nail pops and little cracks that aren't necessarily structural, those are only going to get fixed by them one time. So you want to take note of that as you're living in your home. Be walking around and notice the small things. If you see nail pops, that's not something that every inspector is going to catch because they're so small. And with you living in the house, you're there pretty much every day. So you can start a list over the few months that you're in your house leading up to that 11-month period and write down where those things are to note them. Because even though you get your private inspection, there's some small things that they may not see or small things that bother you cosmetically that they just didn't notice or wouldn't count as something to be noted on the inspection report. So you want to make sure you schedule that within enough time so that you can send that to the builder. And so that way they have something to go off of. When you do have your 11th month, 12th month period coming up, you may not have what we had, which was someone from DR Horton actually come into our home at the 11th month and walk around with us. And we had already sent them the inspection report and they noted the things that were on the report, but also our own notes we were able to share with them. And that's what we were talking about with those red dots, those little stickers. they went around with us and we put those where the nail pops are, or any other things to note that are small that you can't just immediately see. So scheduling is very important. Don't wait until you're a week away from your 12 months. You want to make sure you get it around that 11-month period, so that way everything can be communicated and everyone's on the same page about what needs to be fixed.
Yeah, I really appreciated the fact that in our community, the warranty agent came by with all these red dots in hand, and
little
she
stickers.
said, yeah, they're little stickers. And she said, all right, let's walk around the house and see where there are any issues that need to be corrected, particularly nail pops or little small cracks in the wall. I mean, there's things like taping in the corner that they paint over, it's all normal, but we were able to see it. And she was saying, yeah, that's something that needs to be corrected because you shouldn't be able to see it, right? And so we're going to put up some pictures of all the different red stickers that are across the house. It's a pain to look at them right now, but it's nice to know that in a couple of weeks, somebody's going to come in, a crew's going to come in, and our house will be under construction again. But they're going to fix all of these nail pops, which there aren't a lot. I mean, there's a lot of red stickers around the house, but they're scattered about, and so they're not all in the same place. It's not like one contractor came in and just did a horrible job. But it's nice to know that they're going to come back. They're going to fix all these nail pops. They're going to paint again, and they're going to make sure that as we're going into year 2, we're in a good place, and that all the settling that happened during the first year is going to be taken care of by them.
Right.
So that's helpful.
And so before we get into some of the key things that our private inspector found and then our experience with the DR Horton walkthrough, we want to give a shout out to our inspector. He's awesome, Craig from Quality Spec, and he's just done an amazing job for our pre-drywall inspection we had last year before we moved in, for our final inspection, which is right before we moved in, and check out our videos on those where we kind of go into the details on those.
Yeah, and we'll be sure to put the link to his website in the description. So if you're in the Atlanta metro area, be sure to look up Quality Home Inspector, because he did do an amazing job for us.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so let's go through some of the things that our inspector found. One of the main things that our inspector found had to do with our HVAC, actually. And so when we sit in our kitchen at the island, we tend to get really, really cold because there are 2 vents from our living room that point directly into the kitchen. And so all this air is blowing right on us. But we've been looking like, well, it's kind of strange that we don't have a vent inside the kitchen itself. But I guess that's why they put those 2 and have them blowing directly towards us. Well, our inspector found out, and he was extremely excited that he found this, but he found out that we're actually missing a vent in the kitchen, and they actually put everything that they were supposed to put in place for it, but they covered it up with drywall. And so for a year, we've been living in this house, heat and air, with one of the vents inside of the kitchen covered up by drywall. And so they're supposed to come out, the HVAC person's supposed to come out, cut that open, get us all situated with that. But in addition to that, upstairs we have and I'm probably not going to get the terms all the way right, but a return vent in one of our hallways. And the question is, well, is that supposed to be there? Is it supposed to be where it's located? Because it actually blows air out. And it's supposed to take air in.
So it's supplying instead of
returning.
Yeah.
Right. And so they're going to have to look at that too, to see what's going on with that. But overall, we haven't had any issues with our HVAC, which is nice. But it's good to know that he was able to catch that. There's a number of other minor things, like very minor things. There's some gaps in like metal pieces on the outside, not anything major. If they don't fix it, oh well. But thankfully we have an amazing warranty team that's going to come out and fix it. Our garage, on each side of the garage, there's these little small openings, and no one knows why those are there. At least they haven't explained it to us yet. And so we asked that somebody come check that out and fix it, because we do not, and absolutely do not, want any snakes making their way into our garage.
Or anything else.
Or anything
mostly
else.
Snakes.
Because my greatest fear are snakes. And so we don't want that happening. And other than that, that's pretty much all he found. Those were the main things. I mean, there were some items with the door. The weather seal around the door wasn't fully around the whole door. And so when our warranty agent came in to do the walkthrough with us, she just went ahead and took some out of her truck and fixed it, which was nice. Yeah. And so, very small things. The biggest thing was the HVAC. And so someone's coming out to check out the HVAC. And then there's a small little dent on one of our shingles on the roof. Oh, yeah. And so they're going to have one of the roofers come out and replace that one shingle, which is really nice. And the way our inspector found it is he has a drone that he flies around the roof, and he spotted that little small dent, which is helpful for us. And so they're going to come out and fix that. So those were the only issues that we've had. I mean, if you go back and watch our, 3-day video, I believe, a 3-month maybe?
Yeah, 3-month video.
You may have seen we had this massive overflow in water because of some aluminum foil that found its way in the pipes. But that's probably the biggest issue we've had since moving in.
Yeah. We explained that in the 3-month video and a couple other interesting situations we had.
We had some
so check that video out if you haven't. But since all of that, during the first few weeks we were in the home, we're good.
Yeah, but with regards to like the builder itself, the ant problem was just Mother Nature. Yeah. But the builder itself, I think the pipe issue is our biggest issue, and then this HVAC issue is probably the second biggest. Other than that, the house has been amazing. It's been an amazing house. And it's important for me to say that, because so many times there are people on social media just bashing DR Horton like crazy. And I understand that every DR Horton community is not built the same, unfortunately. They are not Chick-fil-A, right? Where you get quality service
no matter what,
99% of the time at any Chick-fil-A. But it's our neighborhood. I would say probably the majority of the Atlanta metro area DR Horton communities are pretty decent. Pretty decent. We have a great warranty team here in Atlanta.
Yeah, we do. So our experience with the warranty agent that came to help us, she was very responsive. Anything that was from the inspection report from our private inspector was addressed. We didn't feel like we were kind of pushed away on the findings that he had. She was really open to all of that, in addition to walking around with us and putting the stickers on the wall and the ceiling and what have you. And we learned the little trick for putting the stickers on the ceiling. So we've added a few more. She left those with us. So that way when folks come in to fix things, we make sure that anything we do see, that it's marked with one of those stickers to be fixed. So we just appreciate that, and just the experience has made us feel welcome throughout this first year, and we feel like they're actually going to follow through with the things that need to be fixed.
Yeah, so that's our 11th month inspection experience. It's been a great one, honestly. We are looking forward to the team coming in, doing what they need to do so we can get these red stickers off of our walls, because we have family coming in a few weeks and months. And so it's been great. And so we're going to continue to follow up with them. If there's anything that does come up between them coming through and the year mark actually ending, we can still send those items in. And so, we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a great experience. We are going to keep you all updated. We're going to, fingers crossed, continue to upload videos. We like to take our breaks. Sometimes we just need a break, right? And so continue to watch. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you so much for your comments. We try to respond to each and every comment that comes in. And so continue to ask those questions. We want to help you all feel a little bit more comfortable about this home buying journey. And so hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and continue to check out our videos. And so we will see you all next time. Peace.